Well, welcome back to Heath's house, where we do a lot of everything all the time, and it usually turns out right. I got off of work, and I've been in the car for about the past hour, driving kids to practice and picking them up from practice. And then there was a parent-teacher conference, and now I'm going to try to get this risotto started before picking up Liam at mountain biking practice. So we'll see how much I can get done in the next 15 minutes. We'll have to just hop back on and finish it all up later. So I got a cast iron pan. It's enameled. I'm going to put some oil in here. I'm going to cut these onions up small. We'll let that saute for a little bit here. And then once this starts to soften, I'll add some peppers in, then some mushrooms, and then we'll start doing the risotto. Hopefully, I can at least get all the vegetables in and sauteed before I have to go pick up Liam. Because then once I come back, while he's showering, all I gotta do is the risotto part. Actually, I'm probably just gonna do everything at once, because I want all of it soft, so. You've heard me say in the past videos, but you got to make sure those onions are nice and cooked down. Liz isn't a fan of a crunchy onion in her food. I'm going to use all these mushrooms. And I'm going to add some butter in. Probably 2 tablespoons of butter. Actually going to rinse these off real quick. Alright, going to add all these mushrooms in. And it looks like a lot, but they're all going to shrink down. Alright, got 4 minutes to go. Alright, let's put some garlic in real quick. Alright, I'm just going to mince this up a little bit. Alright, I'm going to turn this to low. And I do realize I'm going to be gone for 30 minutes, but I'm not actually leaving this alone. 2 of my other kids are here. And Luke cooks in the kitchen all the time, so he's going to watch it for me. And then Liz should be home probably about 5 minutes after I leave. So she'll be able to turn the heat back up and let it simmer. Do not leave a pot simmering on the stove if nobody's in the house when you leave. I'll see y'all in about 30 minutes, and then we'll finish this up. Let's turn this heat back up a little bit. Need a little bit more time on this because it just stayed on low. This smells good already, and I haven't even done anything but put vegetables in here. I got the heat turned up. I'm going to let that simmer some more. And while that's simmering, I'm going to cut this turkey up. Thought I had some chicken too, but I think we used it in last night's dinner. But that's plenty of turkey right there. Alright, well, we'll check back in like 5 more minutes maybe. I just want this to get nice and hot now, so it's softens up these onions a little bit more and starts to get that little caramelization on the bottom. Because then I'm going to pour some wine in there and take it all off. All the onions are looking good. It's starting to get some of that brown stuff on the bottom. I'm going to put a little wine in here, like half a cup. I'm just going to scrub it along the bottom. And then once that evaporates down, I'm going to add some more butter. And then I'm going to add the rice. I'm going to add another 2 tablespoons of butter. I'm going to finish out this stick of butter in this recipe. And one thing you'll notice about me is I like butter. Butter tastes good. And butter really makes this risotto taste good. So I'm just melting it now, getting the butter hot. I'm actually going to turn the heat up to medium. medium high. I don't know if you can hear this, but the butter is sizzling. I'm gonna add 3 cups of rice. Now I'm just gonna stir this around and get it coated in the hot oil. I'm gonna do this for about a minute, and then we'll start adding juice in. As you can see, a little layer of fat at the top. Oh, that's just flavor. That's all going in here. I'm gonna add 3 cups to start. Oh yeah, this is like gelatin right now. Oh yeah, this is gonna be good. So now I'm gonna stir this around, and as it heats up, it'll liquefy a little bit more than what it is right now. It's been in the fridge. And yeah, see, it's already turning into liquid. And then I'm gonna do this until it's all absorbed by the rice. And once that's absorbed, we'll put 3 more cups in. But unfortunately, this is the part that takes the longest. This is gonna take probably 25 minutes maybe. But you don't want to rush it, and you want to make sure all that water or juice, whatever you're using, I'm using broth, gets absorbed before you add any more. Now we play the game of waiting. I'll check back in a few minutes. As you can see, this rice has gotten a lot bigger. And when I do that, see how it kind of leaves a path behind it instead of just automatically filling right in? That's about where you want it to be. Now I'm going to add another 3 cups in. I didn't have enough of the broth, so I put some water in here and then shook it around to get all the little bits out. Looks like I need a little bit more. Got the 3rd cup in there. Now this is probably going to be another 10 minutes. And then I'm going to add the turkey in and taste it to see if it needs any seasonings. I haven't had any seasonings to it yet. The chicken, now, I can't say it. It was a Filipino recipe. Homesteading off the grid made it for us at the beach. And I took the thighs home, and so it has all that seasoning because it was all the skin and the bones and everything. So that seasoning's in here, as well as some of the seasoning I put on the turkey. So this should have some pretty good flavor. It'll probably need a little bit of salt, but I don't want to salt it until I'm all done, because you can always add salt, but you cannot take it away. So we're gonna let this sit about 10 more minutes, and we'll taste it up, and then add the turkey, and then we'll get some dinner. This is where we need to be now. There's not really any juice left in here. I'm gonna pull some out to taste. Yeah, texture's good. Now I gotta pass this off to Liz. She'll let me know if I need to add any flavoring or seasonings to it. I'm probably not adding all this turkey because this is a lot of turkey. Bodie, right there, drop some. Bodie's worst fear, I drop some food while I'm cooking. Actually, I'm gonna turn this all the way off right now. Actually, we'll add all this turkey. I thought it was gonna be too much, but. So I'm gonna add some paprika. Half a teaspoon. I'm gonna add a little bit more garlic. Maybe another half teaspoon. I'm gonna add just a little bit of onion powder. And like I said, I hadn't had any salt yet, and it really doesn't have any salt in it right now. So I'm gonna add half a teaspoon of salt and go from there. And then about a half teaspoon of pepper. So now I'm gonna mix all these in. I'm gonna let it sit for a bit, and then I'm gonna mix it again. All right, while we were off camera, I also added a half a teaspoon of turmeric to it because we really love turmeric. And I had intended to make some sourdough crackers tonight, but between the hour and a half of sports after work ended, I didn't really have a lot of time. But as you can see, even though I was rushed, didn't have a lot of time, I still managed to make something that's pretty tasty. And this is very good. So you can see that pan behind me, it's loaded. This will be Luke's lunch for school tomorrow. We'll probably backpack some of this up for future days' meals. But this will probably be at least three meals for us. This one meal that we made right now. So, I mean, you can't beat that. Leftovers from a vacation for your son's birthday with a bunch of his friends. And now you got something tasty right now and tasty for lunch in future days. Thanks for stopping into Heath's house, where the food is always fresh. The back deck is now officially open as of yesterday. And we like to eat good food. I'll see you all around. Bye.